This is exactly what the Lakers needed, as they were able to get back in the win column due to some great play from their starters, which seems to be a theme in the early parts of the season. Also, another player in particular seems to be growing in confidence with his new team, as his impact is giving the Lakers something they haven't had in a long time. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest, coming to another video. Before we get into that game recap, guys, I just remind you to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, because if you haven't noticed, the Lakers season has begun, and it is exciting as ever. So if you guys don't want to miss any of that action, make sure you guys are subscribed to Lakers Digest. Now, without other way, let's hop straight into the topics we have for you for this game recap, guys, because the Lakers were able to bounce back and get a win. So the Lakers, after having a very ugly loss, a blowout loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder on Wednesday, were able to bounce back and get a win, 118-104 to the New Orleans Pelicans. And albeit the Pelicans aren't a great team, they only have 2 wins on the season, and they're going through a lot of injuries and some turmoil with the team. They were still able to take care of business and now are 2-0 in group pool play for the NBA Cup, because this was an NBA Cup game. And so now the Lakers are in good standing to really control their destiny to go back to the NBA Cup. But besides that, the Lakers were able to get a much needed victory, like I said, off of that horrible loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's take a look at how the Lakers were able to do that, as Austin Reaves led the charge in scoring for the Lakers with 31 points to go along with 7 assists and a steal and a block. And then we had Deandre Ayton, who had a fantabulous game, had 20 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block shot. Luka Doncic was solid as ever, 24 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, almost had triple-double, 2 steals, and a block shot. Marcus Smart had 13 points to go along, but he was 1 for 10 from 3, so shooting from 3 was pretty poor. But Hachimura also had 14 points to go along with that one, and the Lakers didn't have too much production from their bench, as their bench play continues to be sort of like the sour parts to the early parts of the season. But the Lakers were still able to get a victory, like due in large part just because the New Orleans Pelicans aren't really a full team and they aren't super whole right now, but they were still able to get some good contributions from their team. They still had good play from Trey Murphy, who is probably going to be their best player once Zion is not there. So he had 35 points in that one. They got 13 from Herb Jones, 19 from the rookie Jeremiah Fears, and then off the bench there, Derek Queen pitched in for 9 points, 10 rebounds, and Alvarado gave him a boost as well with 8 points off the bench and also wreaking havoc defensively. But the Lakers, like I said, were able to get the victory, and due in large part just a solid play from their top 3 guys, Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, and then Deandre Ayton. And we'll get into Ayton a little bit later, but Luka and Austin were just doing what they needed to do. Obviously, the teams are having a very hard time kind of guarding those 2 guys. So we saw a lot of double teaming early of Luka Doncic. So Luka Doncic, his scoring was definitely down in this game, but his assists were up. He had 12 assists. He was really passing the ball. He probably would have had more assists if guys hit a couple more shots here or there. So just the way the Pelicans were guarding the Lakers, it just kind of ended up that way, that Austin Reaves ended up being the leading scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers. And then also Deandre Ayton was a beneficiary of a lot of Luka Doncic's assist and pass outs out of those double teams. So the Lakers were able to capitalize on just how poor sometimes the New Orleans Pelicans can be defensively, and they didn't have any real rim protection, so the Lakers were able to feast inside in the paint and do some work down there, as the Lakers' three-point shooting hasn't been super great to start off the season, but that's probably gonna just with the law of averages and everything like that, is going to balance itself out eventually. But the Lakers just have been mostly a paint to great team, and also with free throw shooting as well, but they only had 2 guys shoot free throws, and that was Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic, respectively, who are the only guys in the Lakers who shot free throws. This game actually moved along pretty quickly, as there wasn't too many calls being called in this game. So the Los Angeles Lakers, like I said, get another win, and it was very much important to get this win here to be 2-2 on this road trip, because you have one more really tough game on this road trip against the Milwaukee Bucks, albeit they also played, again, the Bucks, I mean, they played tonight and they played an overtime game, but they are staying in the same spot. They're going to be home. The Lakers were in New Orleans, so they have to travel to Milwaukee for that game. So they're going to fly in about 3 a.m. in the morning, and hopefully they can try to get as much rest as they can because they're going to need it against the Milwaukee Bucks, who definitely, when you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the best players in the world, you're going to serve up a challenge. But the Lakers were able to take care of business against the Pelicans. Like I said, the Pelicans did not have their main guys, and their defense isn't really up to par. But I do want to talk about another player who has been really showcasing for the Lakers just why it made so much sense for him to come to the Los Angeles Lakers, and that is Deandre Ayton is getting more comfortable. So Deandre Ayton has definitely been a player who has been maligned in the past by a lot of different people, people that also would include me at times because Deandre Ayton hasn't been playing up to his caliber. But with the Los Angeles Lakers so far, he has been a true godsend for this team. The Los Angeles Lakers definitely have had solid, consistent big man play ever since they traded Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic. And obviously you do that trade every day of the week, but them trading away Anthony Davis really stripped away all of their solid big man play. And yes, they had some nice moments from Jackson Hayes here and there during the regular season, but obviously he shrunk in the playoffs. So the Lakers, it was important for them to find that starting caliber center, and it has definitely been DeAndre Jordan, because just take a look at the numbers that he had tonight against New Orleans. 20 points, 16 total rebounds, 2 steals, and was 10 of 11 from the field. He was also a plus 35. No Laker player has done that since Shaq in 2002. Have at least 20 points, have 15 rebounds, and shoot at least 90% from the field. So DeAndre Ayton is in impressive company with the game that he just had against the New Orleans Pelicans, and that's kind of been a theme for the Los Angeles Lakers. Once DeAndre Ayton plays well or is getting up enough shots, actually, then Lakers are actually in better shape to win games. So just take a look at this over here. Yes, we know about the game against the Pelicans, but just the Lakers are 4-0 once DA scores 20 points or more, and they're also 7-1 when DA has at least 10 10 field goals attempts per game. So DeAndre Ayton, it is imperative for Lakers to, continue to involve him as much as they can, because he is definitely up to the task, and just finding the spots on the floor where he is comfortable is kind of been the challenge for the Los Angeles Lakers, because he isn't your typical sort of like run and jump big like Luka Doncic has played with in the past with guys like Lively and Gafford and even Jackson Hayes. But DeAndre Ayton is more of an in the pocket type of guy. He's a bit of a late roller at times because he will hold it there in the pocket trying to work in the mid range. He has a lot of good touch in around that area with both hands, which is very important with going to jump hooks and stuff like that. And his mid range has been super solid. Is the reason why the Lakers are one of the best mid range teams in the NBA, just because you have a guy like Deandre Ayton, you have Hachimura, who's been shooting the ball well to start the season, and then also Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic, who also hunt mid-range shots as well. So the Lakers have been tremendous in that area of the floor, and Deandre Ayton is a big reason why. Just his ability to, like I said, stay in that pocket area and just sort of be sort of a release valve to the Los Angeles Lakers, because there is a lot of teams that have been doubling Luka Doncic at half court pretty much, because they don't want him to really wreak havoc inside the paint. So DeAndre Ayton is really open up there in the short roll for a lot of those mid-range jump shots, those jump hooks, those in-between spots, and then also the passing as well, because he had a couple of assists as he was in that short roll area. He was able to pass out of those spots because it's a lot of 4-on-3s and just a lot of quick and easy reads, because it's either shoot, pass, or drive, and DeAndre Ayton has been very solid at making those decisions at the other parts of the season. And I only expect this to get even better, because even if we take a look at his numbers for the season, DeAndre Ayton averaged about 30 minutes a game, 15 and 7 per game, with just under a block per game so far. But I think these numbers can get even better for a guy like DeAndre Ayton, because the Lakers have LeBron James on his way back, and he's a guy that is always fed big man for a lot of easy finishes or a lot of easy looks. And DeAndre Ayton, with how much attention guys like Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, and obviously LeBron James when he gets back are going to be having towards these defenses, DeAndre Ayton is going to be the beneficiary of a lot of sort of like those 4-on-3s, if there's doubles, or if there is a lot of guys focusing on, say, LeBron James in the post, or focusing on Luka Doncic or Austin Reaves or any one of those guys, Deandre Ayton is the guy to kind of just be available for a lot of these shots. And it is just boding well for the Los Angeles Lakers and their offense because of just his ability to score at those certain points on the floor. So the Lakers are really seeing the fruits of what their offense could truly be. And once they have the 3-point shot falling for the rest of the team, then we'll start to see the high levels of what this Laker offense can truly be, because the Lakers have been kind of working at two-thirds of their full power, because yes, you had Austin for some of the games, and yes, you had Luka for some of the games, but you haven't had LeBron James, and he's another guy that you got to factor into this whole thing, because he's going to make guys like Deandre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart all look so much better, because they're going to have a lot of wide open looks, and it's up to those guys to knock down those shots, which they have shown that they are capable of doing here in the earlier parts of the season. So that's probably going to be it for this game recap, guys. Just let us know in the comments down below of what you think, how the Lakers played in this one, and how do you think they're going to fare against the next game against the Milwaukee Bucks. And what do you think about like guys like Austin Reaves and Deandre Ayton, him sort of coming into form and just coming into his own with this Los Angeles Laker team? And just one more thing for us, guys, there is still 50% of you who have recently watched our videos who are not yet subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker updates, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys are going to come right here to Lakers Digest. All right, I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.